Today we're going to get the world record for speedrunning Magic the Gathering. Wait, what? Now how would you speedrun a card game? Real-life speedrunning isn't really a thing, like Usain Bolt isn't speedrunning the 100 meters, he's just running. But if you think about it, Magic's complex rules in combination with its vast card pool create a breeding ground for creativity. In theory, it should be perfect for speedrunning, if it wasn't for the insane variance of a shuffle deck of cards, of course. Usually, Magic players build their decks optimized to beat the opponent as consistently as possible. Well, all we need to do is optimize our deck to beat our opponent as fast as possible. It is still a card game though, like in real life. If you'd really want to finish a paper game of Magic in the shortest time possible, you'd have to do something like find an opponent that does nothing. Take a deck with these 3 cards and 57 islands, shuffle it until the cards are arranged in a very specific order. This might literally take forever. Win a coin flip to go first. On turn 1, go Island, Black Lotus at 3 blue mana, cast a Treasure Hunt, draw your entire deck of islands until one of the last 3 cards in your deck is Thassa's Oracle. Cast it, it triggers, you win the game because there's only 2 or less cards remaining in your library. Now, the chances of this actually happening are kinda absurd though, and would honestly not even make for an entertaining video. It's a bit like speedrunning finding a needle in the haystack. So let's call this paper percent and try to find a more interesting category to run. I mean, if you really want to do it, you can get the cards at cardkingdom.com. Oh wow, an ad read? I was kinda in the middle of something here. Cardkingdom.com is your place to go for anything Magic related. Check them out, link is in the description. Now back to the video. To speedrun Magic, we need a digital way of playing it and an AI to play against. So let's fire up everybody's favorite premier platform for competitive and casual play, and now we just need somebody to play against. Oh hey there, Sparky.
Oh hi.
Sparky is the Magic Arena bot to playtest your decks with. The goal for this speedrun is kill Sparky as fast as possible.
Aww.
Yeah, so right away, we can't have her emoting all over the place while we're going for gold. Let's go to the settings to disable emotes, and while we're at it, make Arena automatically order abilities and blockers, because all of this would cost us precious time. A run starts when we are pressing play and ends in the frame where Sparky's life total hits 0 or other game-ending effects take place. So, what's the fastest way to make Sparky's life total hit 0? Well, let's first try it the old-fashioned way. Open up a new deck, throwing some lightning bolts, cheap aggressive creatures, burning spells, burning mountains, keeping it classic with the Chandra sleeves, and light them up. Yeah, so every run includes about 12 seconds of loading. I will edit the footage for the sake of video pacing, but you can always check the timer on the left here. We're also just gonna keep every hand we get and just hope it's good, because we don't really have time for mulligans, so let's go. Yep, this looks like a keep, and Sparky goes first. So yeah, 50% of the runs are just dead on arrival because we don't go first. Let's just still play it out to get some practice here. Play a Monastery Swift Spear, attack by hitting the spacebar, and what is going on here? Oh, a shark! Cool! What we're experiencing here is bad Sparky RNG. Sparky will come with any of 5 decks, 1 for each color. We don't need to go too deep into them, since Sparky will hopefully be dead before she casts too many spells, but the 1 and 2 drops of the decks are actually irrelevant. To keep it quick, green deck is the best because it doesn't play any 1 drops. Blue deck is, as usual in Magic, the most annoying one with multiple 1 drops and instant speed interactions. The other ones are somewhere in between. Next game. Okay, let's be real here, this isn't the next game at all. Recording this video was 99% conceding and hoping for the right RNG, but luckily for you, you'll only see the good footage. Snap keep that hand, play a mountain, play a Monastery Swift Spear, and yep, get right in there. Sparky down to 19, let's see what she does. Swamp and nothing, that's perfect. Play a mountain, Monastery Swift Spear number 2, Soulscar Mage, swing in. 4-2 down to 17, let's see what she does here. Swamp. And a creature, okay. Yeah, I mean that's something. We can blow up the creature, pump our team in the process. All of this takes some time though. Pillar of Flame, 2 damage to Sparky, and yeah, now we attack for 9 here. That is sadly not enough, and if these 2 cards in our hand would be a land and a lightning bolt, it would already be over, but now, yeah, Sparky plays a 3-drop. I mean, we can kill it, but all of this takes precious time. Searing Blood, yeah, 2 to the creature, 3 to Sparky, down to 3, and then we swing in. there it is, 1 minute and 7 seconds. And while yeah, we could have already broken the 1 minute mark here, grinding games until you hit multiple 1-drops, go first and then have enough burn spells to get the job done on turn 3 might not even be necessary. Like, what if we just dunked on Sparky on turn 2 instead? In the video where we play forbidden cards on Arena, Seth played a Dragonstorm deck that could technically combo off on turn 2. So here's what we're gonna do. Turn 1 we Faithless Looting to discard a Dragonstorm. Turn 2 we cast Dark Ritual at 3 mana, play Mythic's Mastery to cast the Dragonstorm from our graveyard, which will copy itself 2 additional times due to its Storm ability. The Dragonstorms will each let us put a dragon from our library onto the battlefield. The first one gets a Terror of the Peaks, which says whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, it deals damage equal to that creature's power to any target. The other Dragonstorms get 2 copies of Bladewing the Risen. It's a dragon that reanimates a dragon when it enters the battlefield. Since it's legendary, one will immediately sacrifice itself once a second copy enters the battlefield. That means the reanimation trigger can target it, putting it back on the battlefield, where then sacrifices itself to the legend rule again. This creates an infinite loop of Bladewings dying and resurrecting themselves, and every time this happens, Terror of the Peaks will shoot 4 damage at our opponent. Sounds complicated? Well, try doing it as fast as possible after hours of scooping games in hopes of finally hitting the right starting hand on the play. Nah, you don't have to do this. But I did. Fun fact, I spent so much time scooping games against Sparky for this video that Arena's customer support contacted me with a warning that my account could get suspended. What? What the? Alright, oh, not the fastest keep here, but let's play a mountain, play a Faithless Looting, draw 2, discard Bladewing and a Dragonstorm. This is perfect if we draw a Dark Ritual here. Sparky, mountain, and a 1-drop. Okay, that's not optimal. Ooh, there's the Dark Ritual. Oh my god, okay, here we go. At 3 mana, Mythic's Mastery, target the Dragonstorm. It will copy itself 2 times due to its Storm ability because we played 2 spells before, so man, these triggers, they take some time. Okay, Terror of the Peaks enters the battlefield. Get a Bladewing. Terror of the Peaks will trigger here. Shoot 4 damage. Bladewing, resurrect the other Bladewing. And now we're in the loop. So all we have to do now is choose targets, confirm triggers, and yeah, confirming triggers is just like attacking and passing the turn. We can do this via the spacebar, but still, it is a lot of clicking, a lot of animations. I mean, we're performing an infinite loop here after all. So yeah. After all this time, we can decline the last trigger, let the damage happen, and 1 minute 14. For all of this, that is not good. This took a lot of time to finally get this. Okay, so what did we learn from this? Winning on turn 2 is not worth it if it's too complicated and involves a lot of clicking. I had to rethink my strategy, keeping it simple but broken. Here's a cool card, Channel. For 2 mana, it allows us to pay life for colorless mana. This gives us access to 19 colorless mana on turn 2. And what's the most lethal way to spend this on? Well, how about an Ulamog? And equipments to give it haste, double strike, or copy it. Let's pick some fancy forest, cute kitten sleeves, call it Channel Eldrazi Ball, and oh my god! So I just hopped into a game to test out the combo, and this is literally the first hand I saw. I didn't hit the timer or anything, but let's just see how it plays. Alright, play a forest, play a channel, so now we have 19 colorless mana. Play an Ulamog. Oh, Ulamog's cast trigger will exile 2 permanents, so we do have to target the lands here. Yep, that is kinda clunky. Okay, now we play a Helm of the Host. 4 mana, 4 life. Equip it for 5, go down to 1, and now we already create a copy of Ulamog here on turn 2, swing for 10, and oh my god, Ulamog attack trigger exiles 20 cards from Sparky's library. Oh man, these triggers. Sparky, land, and nothing. Okay, now all we gotta do is attack. Oh, we should probably not attack with all 3 Ulamogs here. Man, these triggers. Alright, okay, at least we saw what the deck could do. Now, while this is massively broken, all the abilities on Ulamog might make this a little bit too clunky. Let's just skip to when I got a good hand on the play and we'll see where we end up. Oh, perfect snap keep here. Play a forest, Sparky. Forest, perfect. Yep, play another forest, play a channel, so here it comes. Cast an Ulamog. Ulamog's cast trigger will exile 2 lands. Well, could have been a bit cleaner here with the execution. Okay, lands are exiled, Ulamog hits the battlefield, play Hero's Heirloom, which will give Ulamog haste, so equip it for more life. And yep, that is swinging in for 12 on turn 2. Yep, exile a chunk of that library. Sparky down to 8. And yeah, I mean, she's just gonna play a land here and pass. Okay, and now we just hit the spacebar. One last trigger. Exile the library, and there it is, 54 seconds. We finally cracked the 1 minute mark, but is that a contender for the world record? Wait, there is a world record already? Well, it looks like speedrun.com actually has a category for this, and the record is 34 seconds, yeesh. Now, how did they do this? Well, we see some creative ways of beating Sparky in the lower placings of this leaderboard. 2 runners actually crushed the 40-second mark, a time which seems preposterous considering we had to get a turn 2 Ulamog with haste to even break the 1 minute mark. Their method has to be incredibly simple, yet absolutely broken, and yeah, it is. Turn 1, play a Mistcloaked Herald, a 1/1 that can't be blocked. Turn 2, play a Colossus Hammer, an equipment that gives +10/+10 but costs 8 to equip. Cast a Resolute Strike targeting Mistcloaked Herald, giving it +2/+2, and if it's a warrior, we can attach an equipment to it. It is a warrior? How convenient! Attach the hammer, swing for 13, turn 3, attack for lethal. Now there are several runs with this deck on the leaderboard, but one stands out as untouchable. The world record, by a runner named Dr. Wurstpeter. Oh, he's German as well? Huh, I wouldn't have guessed. Let's watch it and see what we can learn. Oh my god, and the fastest start I've ever seen. Mistcloaked Herald. Now they just need a plains here. Sparky on green, there's the plains. Here comes the hammer. Resolute Strike, equip the hammer. Oh my god. 25 seconds in, already attacking for 13, and now they only have to hit the spacebar to attack. Sparky, oh, plays a 2-drop, okay. And there it is, just attack. And that is in 34 seconds. My god, this is ridiculous. This run is almost flawlessly executed, especially in the beginning, like this frame perfect snap keep here is ridiculous. Sparky played the green deck and only played a 2-drop. The only way to make it better would have been truly perfect Sparky RNG. It is rare, but there is a chance that Sparky does not have any plays on turn 1 and 2, but this kind of RNG, while being on the play with the right cards in hand, is... I mean, it's technically possible. Now, did I sacrifice a go to the Magic Gods to get lucky enough to record this run with perfect RNG? No. But then, how did I get here? It's the title of the video after all, and all these records are pretty old by now. A lot of new cards have been added to Arena, so there's gotta be something, right? The Colossus Hammer method is clean and simple, but it still only wins on turn 3. The key to beating it gotta be winning on turn 2. And then it came to me, maybe I was already on the right track. Ulamog's triggers are strong in regular Magic, but it's awful in speedrunning. What really mattered was its body. We just needed a colorless 10/10, like this recently released Rust Goliath. Or even better, Metalwork Colossus, which even gets its casting costs reduced by our equipments. Wow, now that I see this, I feel dumb for even playing Ulamog. This looks nuts. Let's call it Channel Robot Ball and go to town. Alright, starting off with a Mulligan. Okay, I mean, there's gotta be a reason I show you this game still, right? So, play a forest, a bit of a sloppy execution here. Sparky on whites. Oh, and there's the Helm of the Host. Alright, cast a channel and then play a Rust Goliath. Just a 10/10, no cast trigger shenanigans here. Helm of the Host, down to 6 life, equip it. So now at the beginning of combat, we will create a copy of the Rust Goliath, swing in for 10, and let's see what Sparky does. Plains, and holding up something here, probably a pump spell. Let's just swing in, and that is 50 seconds. But that was on a Mulligan with kinda sloppy execution, and while this is far from the record, this was a promising one, and technically the deck can also win on turn 2. So yeah, how about I spend another couple hours trying to get that turn 2 on the play with the perfect RNG and whatever. Man, recording this video was kinda wild. And there it is, after hours of recording, we finally have the right starting hand. Sparky on black, alright, we play a forest, channel, play a Helm of the Host for 4, play a Swiftfoot Boots, which costs 2, so Metalwork Colossus gets reduced to 5 mana. Yep, equip the boots. Oh, Sparky has some interaction here, that kinda sucks, okay. Yep, equip the Helm of the Host. So now, at the beginning of combat, we copy it, Swiftfoot Boots give haste, and let's attack for 20 on turn 2, and that is it. And it's still 42 seconds. Yeah, this was honestly kinda devastating, all this effort, and I couldn't even break the 40-second barrier. I tried countless different variations of winning with this deck, but nothing was fast enough to even come close to the record. The thing that really counts is how many game actions you have to perform before you beat Sparky. Attaching a Colossus Hammer and then going to town on Sparky by just slamming that spacebar to attack is just the most efficient way of doing it. Or is it? Well, I hoped I didn't have to go this far, but on a theoretical level, I could think of a way to win with the least actions possible. Remember when we talked about paper percent? Well, except for the Black Lotus, we have all the cards for this on Arena. That means we could technically do the following. Turn 1, play an island. Turn 2, play a Reliquary Tower and Treasure Hunt. Reveal our deck of islands until either the 4th, 3rd or 2nd to last card in our deck is Thassa's Oracle. And then on turn 3, play the Oracle and win the game because we have only 2 or less cards left in our library. So let's waste no time, pick the only acceptable sleeves and start up the Mulligan simulator. If we get this with perfect RNG on the play, this should be an undefeatable time. I mean, it's literally just casting 2 spells. Yeah, the chances of getting this are kinda like playing the lottery, especially if you're factoring going first and Sparky's shenanigans. I even started playing games where I didn't go first because having the 1 treasure hunt and Reliquary Tower in hand is already rare enough. And after all of this, the Oracle has to be in a specific spot in the deck. And then it actually is? What? Yes, I actually managed to pull it off once, and I was almost sad about it because it was on the draw and it felt like the game was taunting me, showing me a glimpse of what could have been. I couldn't really believe it was real life and fumbled a bit with the trigger here, but even after going second, Sparky playing 3 lands, 2 creatures and even attacking, we still got a 45.03, which is pretty insane. Now, while I'm sure this method could beat the world record, the odds of actually getting it were just too small. We needed something else, something as clean and simple as the Colossus Hammer method. Something with the kill power of 2 10/10 smashing face on turn 2. Something mighty, like Minion of the Mighty, a 1-mana 0/1 menace with when it attacks, if we attacked with creatures total power 6 or greater this combat, we may put a dragon card from our hand onto the battlefield tapped and attacking. Turn 2, target it with Scale Up, turning it into a 6/4 and attack. Minion triggers, we put a Terror of Mount Vallis from our hand onto the battlefield, tapped and attacking. The Terror will give our creatures double strike, and that is 22 damage on turn 2. So let's throw all these cards in the deck, fill it up with lands, pick some cool dragon sleeves, and let's go break that world record. At this point, I only snap-capped opening hands and scooped right away when things weren't perfect. It was time to finally beat that record, and then this happened. Oh my god, there's the dragon. Okay, scale up, turn the minion into a 6/4. Okay, now we just need to attack. Oh no, Sparky! Oh my god. Yeah, while this might look funny, I was absolutely losing it. At this point, it had been days of trying different ways to beat Sparky and scooping 99% of games because things weren't going perfect. But I couldn't stop now. I was so close. And then it finally happened. And there it is, a 31.95. I finally got the world record. Sorry for the obligatory summoning sword music here. So what's gonna happen now? Will somebody optimize the run or even pull off the Oracle with perfect RNG? Will new cards change the speedrun meta again? Is it ever possible to beat Sparky in less than 30 seconds? Let me know in the comments if you got ideas, or even better, go out there and break my record. I'd love to see some creativity, highly optimized gameplay, beating impossible odds. I'd love to see you tapping that like button. That's right. That's how I'm gonna end it. Real classy. I hope you enjoyed this video. Here's more of my content. and I will see you in the next one.